face from the Shroud of Turin. While AI and other tools can enhance the image, they often lose some of the original expressions. To ensure authenticity, we've superimposed the shroud face back onto the enhanced model and manually integrated its details. What you see here is not just a face. It's the most accurate depiction of the Shroud Man, aligning with what a first-century Jewish Nazarene would have looked like. Computer model analysis confirms Semitic features and even a Hebrew Nazarene hairstyle consistent with the time of Jesus. Every field of science that has studied this burial cloth overwhelmingly supports its authenticity. This face will portray Jesus in the upcoming episode of John 3, where he meets Nicodemus. Here are some screenshots and still images from that animation.
This is mind-blowing. You're about to witness the Shroud Man, cleared and enhanced like never before. In just 30 seconds, an ancient image transforms as white marks fade away to reveal the most lifelike visage ever seen, the true face of Jesus of Nazareth. In a mesmerizing moment, one eye slowly opens, drawing you deeper into the mystery. Scientists confirm this isn't mere art. It's a genuine image capturing the real face of a man who changed history. Those white marks, once creating the illusion of age, were actually traces of blood and visual noise, appearing white due to the reversed color process of this positive image. Now that they've vanished, his true youthful visage emerges with sharper, vibrant features and renewed vitality. Based on the Shroud image, the camera zooms out to reveal his full body. Likely involved in masonry and carpentry, he stands about 6 feet tall with a stocky build, strong, compact, and resilient. Let's look at some facts with Dr. Richard Kent before we see some amazing animation of this body and face.
To be enough cattle to supply all these restaurants with beef. The U.S. has around 94 million heads of cattle as of 2025, but not all those cattle are for beef. Some of those are for dairy, some of those are calves, some of those are for breeding. And so the U.S. only uses around 35 million cattle for beef. Americans eat around 50 billion burgers per year of all the burger places, all the restaurants, all the burger places, okay? And each cow can supply about 500 burgers. So if you take 50 billion burgers divided by one cow, or 500 burgers, you're going to get 100 million cows needed to supply the burger places. Okay, but we only have 35 million cattle head for beef. So that's a 59 million cow shortage for the burgers. Just for the burgers. Now, those 35 million cows that we got, that's not just for burgers. That's for brisket. That's for steak. That's for ribs, beef tips, all the stuff. For all the restaurants. Fast food, sit down, tipping restaurants, the whole nine. The whole nine. So we have a discrepancy here. Now, the U.S. also exports billions of pounds of beef to China, South Korea, Japan. We also import from different countries to meet the demand for the beef in the United States. So it kind of cancels each other out a little bit. So the only way for companies to meet the demand for burgers in the United States is to fill it, add fillers, vegetable-based or other-based in order to meet the demand. And of course, they did find human and rat DNA in burgers and hot dogs. But that's not to say that we're being 100% Soylent Greened. It's just to say that maybe someone's hair fell in it. Maybe someone's dead skin, dandruff, fell in the burger. Who knows? But all I know is there aren't enough cattle to go around to supply all these restaurants.
Why is it that so many things and bills that are passed are so anti-human life?
There's this rumor or allegation about we're talking about big corporations here, and some of the biggest corporations, of course, are fast food. That mathematically it's impossible for them to actually serve that much beef based on demand. So apparently people have taken samples,
right,
and they found human DNA in the food that is being served in fast foods. And Putin, in one of his addresses,
he was the first person to call this out.
Like, America is crazy. They're serving people. They're eating human being,
For sure.
But But let's talk about the dark forces you speak of. Is it one singular force or a multitude of darkness? Like, is it like, what do you think that is?
All right. Okay. Now, I researched this a lot. In the field, cyber, libraries, I believe that there are several factions of dark forces. Some are more powerful
They
than
giving
others.
niggas some shit that ain't what you think. You fuck around, wake up tomorrow, shit, ass nigga with a footy on, and don't know what the fuck you just did. I mean, real shit. Your motherfucker meat pistol fucked up and your ass hurting. You don't know what the fuck to say. You don't know who to tell. But this is what the game is going to. That's what it's going to. Then, here it is, it's time for a contract to come out. Nigga want to sign you for 5 years. You like, nah, dog. So you don't want to sign with us? Nah. Nah. Man, pop in the tape. Show this nigga what he did last night. I'm serious. Dude, this real shit I'm telling y'all on. Pop in the tape. You see me, motherfucker, like, man, what the fuck? Yeah, well, what the fuck? That's what happened. You got fucked. What you gonna do? You gonna sign that contract? You don't want nobody in the hood to see that shit. You don't want this shit to get out, dog. I'm telling y'all, and this is what I'm telling y'all like this. These niggas that you see constantly hot, they're not getting hot because they like to get hot. They getting hot because they know what they done done. And they can't live with that shit for real. So, I'm telling y'all this from me. This some real shit. This real shit I'm telling y'all. So a nigga tell you, man, oh man, I got fucked around with my contract. No, they ain't talking about paperwork. These niggas got fucked around for real. I'm just telling y'all, shit that y'all might be hearing for yourself, man, this shit ain't no lie, this shit real talk. I can say this shit because I'm a real nigga. Some of these motherfuckers can't say this shit because they already know about that goddamn tape. They on that tape. So they can't say shit about that shit. But I mean, they proud niggas' weaknesses because niggas be so fucking happy they about to sign some shit. Now they done told you come to a fucking mansion party. You don't turn down shit because you gonna feel like this is my family, I'm with these niggas now. You smoking on some shit or you know, man, drunk some shit, nigga, you done forgot everything. Just like this fucking camera on right now. You don't know what the fuck done went on until they show that goddamn tape. You gonna sign. You gonna sign. This is a shiesty, devilish game. And if you don't have no knowledge, you gonna set yourself up to be fucked around. So believe me, instead of trying to get to the A&R to get your fucking music together, you better make sure your ass ready. You better go at that nigga and have another blueprint in your head to be already ready what the fuck is next. Cause half these niggas you think niggas ain't niggas. These niggas is plastic pimps, rubber gangsters, and half of them like that dick. This some real hardcore shit I'm telling y'all here. Some real raw shit. If y'all gonna get in this industry, man, make sure you be right. Keep fucking with these motherfuckers, man, right here, man, who got some shit that's gonna knowledge y'all. For real. Y'all know other motherfuckers that's real niggas. You need to tell these niggas to come in here. So I'm telling you, this some real law, I'm telling y'all. Some real shit from a nigga that's dead. This the only reason why No Limit is still an independent fucking label. Because we refuse to, man, get in conjunction with any of these niggas. We cool, nigga.
In 2003, a Japanese woman discovered a rare tumor inside her ovaries. It's called a teratoma, and it can grow muscles, hair, and even bones and teeth. However, this teratoma also developed limbs, eyes, and a brain. In other words, it had pretty much everything it needed to become a conscious creature on its own, which is terrifying. And lastly, in 2014, an Australian man named Dylan Thomas came home from a vacation in Bali when he discovered a painful red line going from his belly button up his torso. And after 3 days of pain, doctors discovered that there was a spider crawling under his skin. Apparently, Thomas had just had an appendectomy performed on him, and the spider somehow snuck its way into his scar. Yeah, have fun trying to sleep tonight.
Dirty facts about
Soon a
history
hospital.
that school probably didn't teach you. Part 1. Famous poet Edgar Allan Poe married his 13-year-old step-cousin at the age of 27. What are you doing, Step Poe? There is a legal pee-pee size in Iceland, and this comes from the Middle Ages where a man and a woman got married, and on their wedding night, the woman was so disappointed with how small it was that she took him back to the church to get a divorce. And because of her, a law was made that requires you to be 3 inches to get married. During times of war, some armies would wipe their poop on their weapons so that when they stab their enemies, they get that extra poison damage. There are many letters between Benjamin Franklin and various women that suggest that he might have had a fart fetish. The person who wrote Frankenstein lost her virginity on the top of her mother's grave. Great writer, but terrible
And didn't he
funeral
marry
manners.
one of his wives?
On his golf course.
Right.
Hold on.
Yeah. You know about that?
That's gangster as possible.
Well, he did it for tax reasons.
So he not leaving that White House, bro. He buried his wife, bro, on his golf course.
What?
Fact, bro.
Well, people do that. Well, like, I've seen it too, where like some people actually bury their loved ones in their backyard.
Fact. Seen that. I've seen that a lot in the South.
Yeah.
I've seen all that in the South.
They do it for, well, Trump did it for tax reasons. There's a lot of
Damn.
Yeah, he's perplexed right now.
I'm dumbfounded right now.
But also, they can also commission the land to be, you know, for tax reasons and whatnot, to where it's considered like almost a unconventional cemetery, I guess.
See, the way you broke it down leads back to a lot of things that they do go back to saving or making money. Now, you know, something like that, you know, that's something I might have thought about. Like, man, I love her. I'm gonna put her right here. You feel me? But I would ask y'all if that's even reasonable first. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, man, look, I need y'all to, because y'all know from time to time, people don't know. From time to time, I reach out to these gentlemen to make sound decisions.
And sometimes they don't even get in. So a lot of these stars, a lot of these celebrities that want to get to, you know, the higher level, the A-list or whatever, they come to them to get in. And they're like, I don't want you. They pick and choose. Whoever could be the better puppet is who can get in. And yes, they be sacrificing family. They be doing a whole fucking lot. Absolutely. But it's way more than that. And to get out of the contract, you see these humiliation rituals and things like that. You gotta do a lot to get out of that shit. But you're gonna get what you want and answer it.
I believe Doja Cat by far does more rituals than I do. I don't even have enough time on TikTok to break down the music video, but we'll go over some of the lyrics. Now, the first big one should be pretty obvious, where she says she's the devil. But after that, she directly states that she's a rebel, which is the Great Rebellion. Now, directly after that, she said, my happiness is all your misery, which is fucking amazing. Direct reference to vampirism. Now, the fun part is whenever she mentioned that they just want my love and my energy. Now, whether you like Doja or not, it's really amazing. Her vibrations are on another fucking level, and consuming any bit of her energy would empower you in amazing ways. Now, she's saying some shit that's about to happen. She talks about glowing up one more time, which is going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. Said, trust me, I have magical foresight. She's getting something that's going on in her rituals. Now, I could speculate a million different things that she's working with. I think a big one's going to be Belphegor, based around the education and the foresight that she's getting. But this is a really amazing song, and there's no doubt that it was entirely fucking channeled. But I think the main premise of this song is an ode to Baphomet.
Devil, you need to watch this.
That was 9 months ago. I was on TikTok Live and I was living in my baby mother's crib, taking care of my baby, and I sold my soul.
This is very common for celebrities who sell their soul for money, power, and fame. The truth is you can't sell your soul to the devil because Ezekiel 18:4, God says every soul belongs to him. But that doesn't mean that he will spare you from serving the devil if you don't turn to him before you die. Follow Jesus because he will meet your needs far more than the devil ever can.
Hollywood's darker than you think.
It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul. Let me bleed on you.
About a week, not today, but about a week ago, I sold my soul.
So I sold my soul to the devil.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and in the world we can't see.
I drank some hot butter. I drank some hot butter, and it had some X-ity. Now, I didn't know it had the X-ity, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I was sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden I started feeling this really weird feeling, you know what I'm saying? And my eyes start coming out of my ears and shit, and I'm like, really fucked up. Are you following me, dog? I'm following you, man. Alright, listen, man, this is kind of a touchy subject. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna call you back, and I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. You know what it is. Don't cry, man. Come on, man. Yeah, anyways, I took the X, and she started laughing at me. Like a horse, like in pain. Okay. And she's laughing at me, and I'm crying. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on because my pupils are like this big. I looked in the mirror, my pupils.
You had ashtray pupils.
Yeah, I had ashtray pupils from drinking the hot butter.
Okay.
So anyways, she goes to put a finger on my ass, right?
And now that demon is living in dirt, bro. Do your homework on that demon living in dirt, bro. King Von scared everybody. Standing face to face with a demon that has possessed power on earth by way of killing. The more bad, the more horrific, the more murderous things you do, the more power. That's why this demon specifically that was in the vessel of King Von garnered so much power.
This is why the Lord has been telling me to expose the music industry. Justin Timberlake came out with a new song called No Angels. And if you actually look at the video, you can tell that it's a very demonic song with a very demonic meaning behind it. I'm going to place the video here so you all can see. It's a hard video to watch, but the work of God must be done. He's going into what seems to be a church. And when he enters into this church, they having a demonic party. He then encounters this woman who looks very demonic, like she's the devil. He began to dance with her, and he began to interact with her. And then some type of black goo comes out of her mouth onto his face, and then he begins to change, and everybody around him began to turn into demons. When you take a look at the lyrics to the song, you can tell he has sold his soul to the devil. Be careful and wake up.
For a soccer game in the Eurovision semifinals, guys, viewer discretion is advised. This just proves that there is a war in the spirit that people choose to ignore, either God or the devil. You choose. Bruh, literal witchcraft for millions of people viewing that, and I'm sure kids saw that too and allowed seances in their home, man. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus Christ, man. Repent and believe in the gospel.
French rock band won an award, but during their acceptance speech, they were making satanic hand signs, and everyone was laughing and clapping, as if a large part of the audience knew exactly what those signs meant, and were all in on it together.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
On the evening of March 9th, 2001, in the small village of Rottenburg, Germany, a man lies deceased in a bathtub. He's been here for 3 hours. Growing weak and losing blood, Midas escorts him to his bathroom, and over the next few minutes, places him inside the tub, feeds him a cocktail of painkillers and alcohol, slits his throat, and kisses him on the forehead as the life of Bernd Brandis fades before his eyes. 3 hours Brandis sits here as Midas reads a Star Trek novel to pass the time, and baffled